I'm Charlie Toledo, Director of Suscol Intertribal Council. We've been working on this issue for 20 years. We see it as a form of systemic oppression, and it's way past time to change. So I want to just thank all the people, the supporters that came out here, and actually even for the people that are holding on to the past, because that creates energy for positive change, as long as we stay calm, which we plan to do. Oh.
I graduated in 2010 with the class that actually graduated right here in front, and my mom graduated in 1980. And my dad, he also attended Napa High, but just did the ROP programs. So he didn't actually graduate, but he still attended Napa High School. We're here in solidarity with the local natives of this land to get rid of this racist mascot.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we're here tonight in Grand Central Station on the Edge, and I'm your host this evening, Doris Gentry, and we have an audience full of Napa Indians. Woo! Yay! And they are here to defend their honor. They are here to defend their mascot. They are here to defend their champion that has been their hero and their leader for all these years. So this kind of comes up every 5 years, right? And people are trying to swap it and change it and give us a new mascot. And I joked the other day, I said, well, if we got a new mascot and say it was the Cubs or the Bears, you know, it wouldn't be long before some group came out and said that we were making fun of an animal group, and it wouldn't be right. I just think you have a hard time with an issue like this. And so we're here to hear from you tonight.
The Indian has been the symbol for the Napa High School for a good number of years. So he's been with us, and he has survived all the previous assaults, and he is going to survive this one.
Okay, so there you go.
We're not Indians, we're native indigenous people from this continent. So we just came here. We didn't came to give you guys or anybody a show. We're here to do our prayers. This is how we pray, how our people used to and still pray. And it doesn't matter what they say or what they do. We're gonna survive all our struggles as native people. Through all the craziness and everything that has happened to our people for 500 years, that we've been suffering the consequences of disease, alcohol, murders, rapes, everything that has happened to us in our own land. So we're not here to support the name of Indians. We want to make changes.
We have a moral obligation as human beings to do what is right here. It may not be the cheapest option, nor the most popular, but nonetheless, it is right.
I don't understand how you can consider your or your child's high school mascot more important than people's culture and life.
Native Americans and Indigenous people are people, not mascots.
The people who are fighting us say it's disrespectful, it's hurtful, we are racist. They even go so far as to say that it's in I can't even remember the word. It's institutionalized racism.
Oh, institutionalized racism.
Yes.
I do have a concern about the mascot, and I have for a long time. I think I may have disappointed a member or two of the committee or the community by being frank about my discomfort with a mascot that I'm told, and I believe this, was meant to honor a community, but then that very same community that we are trying to honor is ignored in the process of trying to consider what is appropriate and not appropriate.
It's an ignorant nickname. We don't like it. You don't like it, but I have a right to do it too. You have a right, I have a right. Yeah, but it's an ignorant nickname. It's an uneducated ignorant nickname. No, it's not. Yeah, it's your name.
We don't mean any disrespect to the Indian or Native people. It's not about that. And as I've heard tonight, when in doubt, play the race card. It's not about race. It's about race.
My name is Shannon Hickey, and I'm an alumna of Napa High from 1981. And I'll just repeat what I said earlier, which is that I'm one of 2 members of my graduating class who went on to earn a PhD. So I teach religious studies at a college on the East Coast, and what I do for a living is teach people empathy, right? Teach people how to understand the perspectives of people different from themselves. And it wasn't until I was in North Carolina doing my doctoral work that I came to understand that, with horror, as a white girl who grew up in a very white town, that my junior high school mascot was a Confederate soldier, the Ridgeview Rebel, and that my high school mascot was a member of a native tribe that had been driven to the brink of extinction. And I feel ashamed that my community, my hometown, is so far behind the rest of the country on this issue. I don't understand why, when people say this symbol is offensive and demeaning to me, that is not enough reason to change it. It doesn't matter what people's intentions are. The supporters of the mascot seem to say that they mean it as an expression of respect, but the people on the receiving end don't experience it that way. So that should be enough reason to let it go. And so I'm here to stand with the Native people as an alumna in support of changing the mascot.
And they say it's hurtful, and by removing this Indian symbol, it will start the healing process.
Healing of what?
Of what?
Healing of what?
Because
Exactly
What
right.
are we healing?
I am willing to reinstate this session if we follow the rules. Otherwise, there's no point in going on.
Your generation may not have the capability to recognize the ills that are instilled in you during your upbringing, but my generation does. And we will continue to stand alongside our brothers and sisters. Thank you.
I, for one, am not proud to be an Indian. In fact, I am ashamed. Ashamed to wear my Napa High gear in public, ashamed to share with people what my mascot is, ashamed to be a part of this, quote, tribe. I genuinely believe that if we had a different mascot, I would be happier and more proud to go to Napa High School.
I was a graduate from Vallejo High School, and I am a
proud graduate of Vallejo Apaches. With that said, the mascot was taken away as well. But it didn't take my memories or spirit. And all letters that I have received or emails from everyone, they are being heard.
I am deeply concerned that there are individuals who do feel offended, and that has to be taken with very much consideration as people, students, and families navigate through our school system. What does that mean to them, and how does that impact their livelihood and the way they see their life and place in this world in the future?
The community will recover when the mascot is retired. What a community will never recover from is when a school district does not take swift, decisive action against racism, against discrimination. We heard one community, this is my last comment, we heard one community member here tonight speak up in favor of keeping the mascot. In one breath she said, what happened so many years ago to the Native Americans was terrible. Perhaps you imagine if you were alive at that time, you would have done something to stop it. Let's be clear, what you would have done is what you are doing now, keeping racism alive and well.